The night after the king vanished, the land of Awa fell under a heavy silence. With the sacred drum gone and the king absent, fear spread through the kingdom like smoke from a dying fire. Even the birds refused to sing at dawn. Children hardly slept at night. The villagers usually walked barefoot to the river and whispered to each other, "Maybe the gods have left us." Among them was Dimka, the young man known for hearing what others could not hear. For many nights, he could not sleep. He sat outside his mother's hut, staring into the dark forest where the Udu once stood. The fire cracked softly beside him, and the shadows danced like old spirits. Then one night, as the moon rose high and red, he heard a sound, faint but familiar. It was a single heartbeat of the drum. Doom. He stood quickly, listening. Another came, softer, like a sigh. Doom. Doom. Then silence again. But in that silence, he heard something else, a whisper. Dimka, find me before dawn. He froze. The voice was neither man nor spirit. It came from everywhere and nowhere. Gripping his stick, he hurried toward the forest all alone. The trees of Ani Ogbo forest stood like giant guards, their branches heavy with mist. The forest floor glowed faintly with fireflies that moved like wandering souls. Dimka followed the sound, faint, trembling, deeper into the woods. Then he saw it, a trail of red feathers scattered on the ground. He bent and picked one. It shimmered faintly under the moonlight. Only one bird in Awa had feathers like this, Dandere, the spirit messenger, that appeared only when the ancestors had a warning. "Show me," Dimka whispered. The wind stirred and the feathers lifted, floating before him, lighting a path that led to the old grove where the sacred drum once stood. But now, something else was there. A small mound of freshly dug earth, pulsing gently as if breathing. Dimka's heart raced. He knelt and brushed away the soil until he touched wood, smooth, dark, ancient. The drum. It was buried beneath the earth as if someone had tried to hide it. But who? He started digging with his stick, but before he could dig further, a voice spoke behind him. "So, you found it." He turned sharply. Standing by the trees was an old woman, dressed in a wrapper woven from palm fibers. Her eyes glowed faintly, and her face looked familiar, too familiar. "Who are you?" he asked, gripping his stick. The woman smiled sadly. "Once I was Ezine, keeper of the royal secrets, but now I am nothing but a whisper in this forest." "You were the king's seer," Dimka said softly. She nodded. "Yes, and I warned him not to touch the drum. But his heart was restless. He wished to hear the voice of the ancestors for himself, to prove he was chosen." Her voice trembled. That night, after the festival, he came alone to this grove. He struck the drum 3 times, but not with the staff of blessing. He used his bare hand. The drum cried out in pain, and the spirits sealed it in silence. "Then why was it buried?" Dimka asked. Ezine looked down. "Because the king vanished into it. His spirit entered the drum. The ancestors trapped him there, not to punish him, but to teach him humility. But the lock they placed was too strong. Even the spirits have grown weary trying to open it." Dimka's heart pounded. "Then how do we free him?" The old woman smiled faintly. "The drum must remember joy again. Its voice was never meant for kings, it was meant for the people. The ancestors say only one who listens with a pure heart can awaken it." "Me?" She nodded. "You have always heard what others cannot hear. Go now, strike it not with force, but with song." Dimka stared at the buried drum. The air around it felt heavy, filled with unseen eyes. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. Then he began to hum the lullaby his mother used to sing by the fire. A simple song, the kind that made children smile and the night gentle. As he sang, the earth trembled softly. The buried drum began to glow beneath the soil, faintly at first, then brighter. He placed his hand on it and sang louder. "The spirits of the earth, breath of the fathers, let the drum speak, let the silence shatter. If peace still walks these lands of clay, let Ikenga Nuudo find its way." The ground shook and the drum burst upward from the soil, whole and shining, its carvings glowing with gold light. Dimka stepped back in awe. Then came a deep, sorrowful groan, and the drum began to breathe. From its surface, a mist rose, swirling into a tall, regal figure with eyes full of tears. It was Ezi Obi. The king looked around in confusion. Where am I?" "You are home, your majesty," Dimka said softly. "The gods gave you silence so you could listen." The king fell to his knees, trembling. "I have seen what lies beyond pride," he whispered. "The ancestors showed me the faces of the forgotten, the poor, the widows, the children. I was king, yet I did not hear them. I only heard my throne." The forest grew quiet, as if listening. The old woman's voice drifted again through the wind. "Now you understand. The drum never belonged to the crown. It belonged to the heart of the people." As the Obi turned to Dimka, "You have done what no warrior or priest could. From this day, you shall be the keeper of the drum." Dimka bowed low. "I am only its listener, my king." The drum glowed between them and let out a deep rolling sound, dum, 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 so powerful that birds rose from the trees and the river answered with ripples of light. The silence of Awa was broken. When the people saw their king return, they fell to their knees in joy. Women ululated, men beat their chests in awe, and children ran through the square shouting, "The drum has spoken again." That night, a great feast filled the air with laughter and song. The drum spoke at midnight, clear, proud, and full of peace. And this time, its voice was joined by another, the people's own song. From that day on, the king decreed that no festival would begin until the children of Awa had sung the song of peace. Years later, when Dimka was old and gray, people would still find him sitting by the grove, eyes closed, listening. And from that day, peace rested over Awa like dawn over the hills.